Hello there, world. Yeah, I figured I better stop in briefly. I looked at my last video and I was very inarticulate and I was not finishing my sentences. And in general, I seemed very stoned, slow of mind, and distracted. And that was a horrible video. But yeah, I looked at it because I hadn't made a video for so long, at least for me, that I was like, what did I talk about and what didn't I talk about? I was like, ugh, it was bad. So, anyways, I'm just gonna say hello briefly. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I don't think I did anything but sleep. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm just sleeping like I got bit by a tsetse fly and got the sleeping sickness. I mean, it's crazy. Um, I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning, but only because I took like four gabapentin around 1 o'clock in the morning and slept some. And I haven't been taking very much Valium. I think that's part of why that video was so bad. I wasn't completing my sentences and completing my thoughts. It was just basically, even my grammar was bad. I mean, like, my grammar is usually, I don't pay much attention to grammar. It's usually pretty bad, but I was like, wow, yeah, but, it's supposed to be honest. It's supposed to be a true reflection of my state of mind. And my state of mind was about the size of Rhode Island. Did you know that Rhode Island's just passed a law to change their name? The actual name of Rhode Island is something. I'll have to post it because it's not coming to mind, but I memorized it for my brother because I knew he would think it was funny. But it was basically Rhode Island, and it had a slave reference in it, like Rhode Island and the Commonwealth of Plantations or something like that. But I'll post that. Or I'll just look it up and write it in the description. It's not coming to mind right now. Anyways, they just passed a law that it probably had something to do with the current woke culture that changed their name where they were the smallest state with the longest name, but it was really their whole name was like Rhode Island, and I know it had the word plantations in it, but it was like Rhode Island and um, the surrounding plantations or something like that. But yeah, I'll look that up for you. Um, yeah, I just thought that was funny. As far as my brother, I don't know what's going on with my brother. I did what I said I was gonna do, and I called him back, and he was half asleep, and I was like, "Well, go back to sleep." It's like being asleep's better than being awake. And I didn't like say anything to him really. So I figured he'd call me back. That was Saturday. It's Wednesday. He hasn't called me back. So since I had that fight with my brother, and like I have very little social contact with anybody, that's one of the main people I talk to. He's been freezing me out for like a week. So I guess I can call him back. I just kind of, figure that he doesn't want to talk to me for whatever reason, you know, because I was angry that he didn't want to do me that, you know, small favor of spending the EBT card for the $100 that I owe him. Which, like I said, that whole thing was stupid because I like borrowed $300 off him. I told him I would have it when I got paid. I got it the day I got paid, and I put it in an envelope, and I had it waiting for him. And I called him and I said, I can't get it to you. I can't send you a check because I don't have any checks. I have cash here in the house. You have to send somebody out here to get it. And then I didn't ask or anything like that. But then this other person that owed me a lot of money called me and said like, well, I can pay you $300. And I said that just happens to be the exact amount that I owe my brother. So if you could just give the money to my brother, because you see my brother all the time because he's working on your house, um, that would be cool. And they were like, yeah, I can do that. And I was like, okay, that saves him the bother of getting somebody over here to pick up the money. And it's going to, it's serendipitous. But instead, the 300 they said they were going to pay him, they paid him 200, so I still owed him $100. So that's how it came about that I was like, well, you can get the EBT card that's out there floating around of mine and spend money that you would have to spend anyway on food using the EBT card, and that will pay my $100 debt. And then I got the impression that he was cool with that. And then I asked him a few days later, hey, did you get that card off of them? And he's like, no, and I don't want to. And then changed his mind. So the whole fucking thing's stupid. And then the person that owes me a bunch of money, I called them and told them the situation, and they were like, yeah, I'll get him the $100, you know. And I don't know if they have, I don't know if they haven't, I don't know what the hell's going on, and I'm kind of like afraid to ask. So, and like I said, my brother's kind of freezing me out because he might be in a depression because he like suffers from clinical depression and might just be like that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. I suppose I ought to call him. But like I said, all I've been doing for like 3 days is sleeping. I mean, I'm barely awake for a few hours at a time. I don't know if I'm sick. I don't feel particularly bad. I don't know what this is about or why I'm just sleeping all the time. It's like, I guess people that get depressed sleep all the time. Um, I was working on my bathroom. I got my bathroom sink cleaned, which, it's like, oh, that should be an easy job. It's like, trust me, it was an easy job. I was like, I had a knife and stuff, like scraping up uh, soap scum with a knife. And then, like, um, yeah, using paper towel rolls and stuff. And it's like, yeah, that took a while. So I got the sink cleaned, and then I was like, man, I wish, once I get started doing housework, I don't want to stop. And I was like, yeah, I wish I could get that toilet, but my legs are screaming at me. And yeah, my legs not been good. And um, like I said, all I've been doing is sleeping, so I haven't uh, made any calls to anybody or done anything. And I should be trying to get a doctor. Um, as far as like an infection thing I had, I mean, I don't know why I'm sleeping all the time. I really don't know what's up with that. So the only increased medication I've been taking, I mean, I've still got like, I got a bunch of these. These are due to be refilled on the 27th of this month. Okay, I still got like a bunch of these gabapentin things. So it's not like I'm ODing on gabapentin and it's making me sleep. I mean, my leg hurts like all the damn time, of course. I have been taking more blood pressure pills and feeling like more stuff going on with my heart. That's the only thing that I've been doing that's different. So I don't know what's up. I got no clue. I don't know if I told you that, but I counted out uh, my stockpile, and with the 16 extra pills that I threw into the general stockpile, I have 248 5 milligram doses, which is what I'm currently taking. Is 5 milligram doses of Valium, but I have those. I have 248 saved up, and then I have many script over there. That's blood pressure pills. They're around here somewhere. It's a bottle with some pills in it. You know what it looks like. But anyways, I got a fresh script, and then I have the 248 extra ones. You know, my I got a couple appointments coming up I have to check on. The lady left me a card that stopped in and sat in a chair in my living room. So that's on a card. I think the 23rd I have an appointment with my site guy who is going to quit in December. So I don't know if that 200, I think one of y'all told me, one of my more faithful listeners told me that, they, when you get like a new guy, he kind of sticks to the treatment plan of the old guy when it comes to the psychiatric profession. Somebody told me that, but if they don't, I have 248 uh, 5 milligram dose backup. If they're like, yeah, this whole thing with the volume, we're just going to take you off of it altogether. So, um, yeah, I don't know. As far as like dealing with my family, I don't know. I'm just like I said, I'm just afraid of them. I don't know what's going on with my brother or why I have like a single hair growing out of my knuckle here. I always have like on the same knuckle, just a random hair that grows out of my knuckle. I don't know why. That's what I'm doing. Is it's like why do you persist on existence? Every time I grow like it's like right here. That's, I don't know if that's stupid or not, and I don't care. The last video was so horrible. This one has to be an improvement. Uh, anyways, yeah, so there's not much going on. I guess I should call my brother and be like, what the fuck is up with you? Except for in more polite language, and instead of just sitting there like hanging out, you know, I called him Saturday night. Like I said, I reached out to him, called him. He was like half asleep, and I was like, yeah, go back to sleep. It's like I don't know why you would have the phone next to you and running. Sometimes people do that by mistake, but it's not like anybody's going to call him over an emergency. And I called him late at night, so why do you have sometimes you just forget to turn your ringer off on your phone. But why would you be, or maybe he passed out in a chair next to his phone. I don't know. It wasn't a long conversation. All I know is like I haven't had a meaningful conversation with him since we had conflict, and that's not good. So I'm trying to think of if it's been a week. And the longer you let stuff fester, the worse it gets. So you kind of want to like, or that's my policy with him anyways. You kind of like want to squash whatever beef or work it out as soon as possible and go back to normal. I mean, I don't know, maybe it affected his head adversely. I did say, if you don't want to help me out, you don't want to help me out. I don't care. And another thing I said to him is like, I never expect any help from my family. I said that's about it as far as what I said to him. And then he was like, what do you mean? I helped you out. I loaned you $300. And I was like, that's not what I said. I didn't say my family never helps me out. I said I never expect any help from my family. He said, oh, well, okay. You know, like you're not listening. And he was sleep deprived as usual. I mean, the dude got PTSD. He's got a lot of issues. And so I guess if I want to be a good guy, which I'm trying to give up being a nice guy. If I want to be a nice guy, I can call him up, put myself out there again, and I might get slapped for my trouble. I kind of feel like I'm getting slapped right now because it's just Saturday, so Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday he could have called me when he was awake. He had to be awake sometime, so he could have called me back. So he might be pissed at me for all I know. I don't know. I don't even know why he would be pissed at me. Um, the funny part is like I had his money in a drawer when it ready for him to pick up, and I was like, well, this will be more convenient. And then this other person said they pay him the 300. They pay him the 200, and that's what started the whole mess. The same person is supposed to take care of the 100 and pay him it in cash, you know, not in food, which he'd have to spend cash on anyway. So I don't know what's going on. Um, yeah, like I said, I just been sleeping for like days. It's like I feel like Rip Van Winkle, and yeah. I mean, I was feeling like a little bit industrious there. I'd shaved my, not shaved my head, but I clippered my hair, and I got a good shave, and I was scrubbed out my cleaned out my bathroom floor, and then rested, and then, scrubbed out my sink, and yeah, it kind of felt after that like I don't know. Like I said, man, I'm just been confused and sleepy, and I don't have much in the way of ambition. It's just if my leg worked, it would be. I like to do things, especially once I get started. I don't like to stop. I mean, I got nothing going on to really talk about. Um, there's stuff I could be doing. Like I said, I could be like making calls, trying to get a doctor. I got two different people that want to hook me up with the same doctor agency, and it's like it's Life something is the name of the place, and it's like an all-encompassing type of medical staff thing, which is it would be interesting to try. It's like they have MDs, they have dentists, they have eye people, optometrists, which I desperately need, like, to do something about my eye gear. I hate my glasses. I've always hated my glasses ever since I bought these glasses out 3 years ago, and I haven't had an eye exam in years. And I need a stronger prescription. And so, yes, like we'll see how today goes if I can stay awake. And yeah, I think it's important for me to like call my brother and get that sorted out. Find out what the hell's going on there. Take my abuse if there's more abuse coming my way. You know. Went down to the Chelsea market to get my fair share of abuse. It's a Rolling Stones song. That one's for iPod Man, iPod Walkman, because he corrected me on my last Rolling Stones reference. So um, you can't always get what you want. There's something there about getting my fair share of abuse. So if I call him up and he's a dick to me, it's like it's better than just being in limbo. You know, just like I don't know what the hell's going on with him. Like I don't talk to anybody, which is not a healthy thing. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to get out of here and like start fresh. It's like it'd be nice to have like neighbors that I talk to and whatnot. I'm actually friendly with the people over here, but that would necessitate me going, getting dressed, going outside, and walking on my knee, and they would have to be out, And I'm almost friendly enough to where I can knock on the door and be like, "Can I bother you for a second, there, Lisa?" Or uh, I used to pay her because she just cuts grass. She's got fibromyalgia. She's got fibromyalgia. Lisa does. Stampy got fibromyalgia. This seems to be a common disease apparently. But she cuts grass a lot because she claims that I've talked to her at length, and she claims that if she doesn't keep moving, it's real painful. She has to keep moving all the time. I didn't ask her specifically, or like, are you a maniac for cutting grass? Because she's cutting grass around here all the way around my house, the place I live in, all the way around it, all the way to the side here as far as she can. She's cutting the neighbor's yard. She's cutting everybody's grass like all the time. and I don't think she's strong enough to. She weighs like 80 pounds, so I don't think she's strong enough to shovel snow. I've never seen her shovel snow. It used to be she'd cut the grass in the wintertime for me, and then I'd shovel the snow for them when my legs worked better because I like shoveling snow. So I would shovel. I wouldn't shovel their porch or anything like that, but I'd shovel in front of their house, and just for something nice to do because I like to be nice to other people. Like I said, I'm trying to cut back on that and not be nice to other people as much since it seems to get me in trouble. And but anyways, yeah, I'm just kind of like reporting in so you can know that I'm alive. I think it's the is it the 18th or the 19th? I don't even know. I don't know what the date is. I usually know what the date is. Um, yeah, man, I wish I had a leg. I just need one leg. I don't have no legs that work right. I can still move around a little bit, but like I said, the left leg's fucked up and the right leg is really fucked up. So I got doesn't work and really doesn't work. So, you know, and it punishes me pretty badly. But yeah, today I have the weirdest goal in the world, which is to stay awake. You know, not. I'm having a lot of sour stomach issues too, which I don't understand. I mean, what did I drank a little orange juice because I've got all this juice in my refrigerator. They keep giving me juice, and I can't drink it all, and I don't have anyone to give it to. That's weird because I have like all this food that I don't eat in my refrigerator, and I have no one to give it to. So that is weird. I mean, I guess, I don't want to have any associations with the people in this building though. But I guess I could be like, hey, Stampy, you want some food? But I don't want to have, I don't want a relationship with people involved in the drug trade at all. So I don't want to have a relationship with her. But I got like food piling up in my freezer and in my refrigerator. I got like 3 jars of pickles. I got something that I actually like to eat, but I don't know what to do with, which is sour cherries in a jar. I think you just can't like open a jar. I got like jars of peaches, and then I have like stuff I can't eat because of my teeth. It's in the freezer, like uh, like salami and stuff like that. And I don't have anyone to give it to. I got like 2 pumpkin pies too. I like, don't want, and so I got all this food and no one to give it to. I'm really isolated. Yeah, it's a hard thing, uh, even for a loner, to be to go through this degree of isolation. I mean, I don't see anybody really. I mean, I had that one lady in here, and then I have an aid worker in here occasionally. That's about it. I don't really see any of my family. I don't have any friends, so it's not a healthy way to live. I was hoping to like move somewhere else, and I'm actually pretty good with people. At least I think I am. So it's not that hard for me to like develop relationships with people. It's just I don't want to get involved in people with people that are involved in the drug trade or that are fucking stone crazy out of their mind. That hasn't worked out too well for me. So um, yeah, and plus the situation that I'm in is different. Like if you have your own door and you like live in a complex, it's like yeah, you don't want people knocking on your door bothering you after a while. But I don't have any problems with that either. Like letting people know, man, like leave me the fuck alone. Don't have any problem with that either. But I mean, I have a certain amount of social skills. But this ain't this. It's hard, man. When you're being sick and alone, that's rough. Uh, Being afraid of your family and sick and alone. Never talking to anybody. That's rough. I mean, I used to, when my leg worked, I used to like hop on the start of the bus, go visit my brother and go over to my brother's house. And I used to go outside, and that's how I would run into Lisa and Dan over there and talk to them. And that's why I knew Eric over here. The lady over the street, across the street, she's weird. She's friendly some of the time. Some of the time I wave to her and she'd be like, eh, fuck you, basically. Just ignore me like she didn't see me. So, yeah, not really friendly with her. And that's just the immediate people around me in this neighborhood. Supposedly somebody new moved in over here. They don't have a for sale sign in the yard, and there is a car in the driveway. That's a different car. But the guy that owns the house that was selling it, he used to have a car parked out there a lot. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on with that. I know they're not fixing it up. Uh, the one lady told me they were putting windows in that one day. And then I asked another of the aid workers, like, you look out there and see if there was a for sale sign in the yard for me. And then I looked out myself later on. I was like, I don't know if any, I haven't seen, I've like heard dogs barking out there. This is also a bad situation. It's like being trapped in this room because like I'd know what was going on in the neighborhood just because I would be sitting in the living room and I had like three huge windows facing the porch and I could see outside. I would recognize a lot of the same people walking around. And here I feel like even more like I'm in solitary confinement. And I can't say it's probably not good for me. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm, at least I'm not a stuttering prick, as Joe Pesci would say. You stuttering prick, you? Like I was in the last video, even if I have even less to talk about. Um, it's up to me, as usual, to figure out how to make my situation better. And that's a weird goal, but my goal is like quit sleeping. Why are you sleeping so much? You know. Uh, yeah, maybe I should clean off that recliner over there. Try sitting up for a change instead of just like laying in bed or sitting in bed all the time. It's just the way things are set up here. I don't dare like go in the living room now that I got the new board rattling phenomenon going on, and it's very quiet this morning, but that there's like stomping and board rattling now in this place. The other thing I was talking about was like saving up enough money and finally moving out of here. It's like now that I got all these this money sunk in football cards, it's like yeah, I could sell them at a loss, or I have to do that experiment where I have these shipping labels and see if I can buy, you know, I don't know. I think I might talk to somebody about that. Like maybe my niece knows how to do that stuff, or maybe I can look it up in the manual as far as how to print shipping labels. I could do something that takes some ambition and try to figure that out. Because then I will make, I'll be able to save up money quicker and get out of here quicker before I lose my mind altogether. This bullshit with my brother, it doesn't help. I don't really know what's going on, or. So I guess I got to call him and take my medicine and let him treat me bad, or, just be at his mercy. I did call him, like I said. I did call him. He just happened to be asleep because he sleeps all weird hours. Oh, like I've been doing the last few days. I mean, there's no telling when's a good time to call him. So I usually try to call him between 7 o'clock at night and 11 o'clock at night. That seems to be a good time to call him. But sometimes he's sleeping during those hours. He just sleeps whenever he can sleep. So he's always trying to manipulate his sleep. Like he says, I have to stay awake. So, and he has a lot of nightmares. He's like by nightmares, like people that have PTSD. You know, like, oh, hey, apparently my computer's not plugged in. Like people that've been in war zones and stuff like that. Um, sorry about the noise. Have PTSD. Says my battery is dying, but the plug seems okay. All right, maybe I got a bad plug on this computer. I don't really want to buy a computer right now. That was weird, but I don't want to buy anything right now. I really have put the clamps down on my spending, and I'm just concentrate on trying to save money. So I mean, I plunked down to $12.75 for 3 months rent this month. I got like $180 in the bank, but I haven't paid my internet bill yet, and my brother hasn't gotten. I don't know if he's gotten paid back yet or not, but I can't really afford to pay him back. Uh, I don't know because this other person told me they were going to do it. So I was like, well, I can go ahead and take that $300 that's reserved for my brother and throw it into the rent money and pay the rent 3 months ahead. Okay, well, that's cool with that person, and it was just a coincidence that they just this person owed me $300, and this person that owes me money just popped up with the number exactly $300. They're like, I'll have $300 for you. I want to drop it off Friday. I'll be like, instead of dropping it off to me, why don't you drop it off to this other guy? You see him all the time anyway. They were like, sure. It's just like I said, it's just a weird way it worked out. It worked out in such a way that it made me have a fight with my brother and left me in doubt here. He's kind of like leaving me in limbo. But he'll do stuff like that when he gets in a depression. Depression makes you selfish. So like he had a cat die, and now this cat was older than Methuselah. I mean, it was like a 17, 18-year-old cat. And he got in a depression over it, and he wouldn't answer the phone. He lives by himself, so everybody in the family was freaking out, and like they went there and knocked on the door, and then he wouldn't answer the door, and they went and knocked again. Uh, at a later time, they figured, well, maybe he's upstairs and he's sleeping or whatever, but everybody was worried about him. So we had, like I said, we had one sibling commit suicide, so he'll do stuff like that, and I yelled at him for it. And I'm like, you got at least like if you don't feel like talking to anybody, you have to at least leave a message on somebody's answering machine in the family saying like I'm just depressed right now. Yeah, I'm okay. Just let people know you're okay. Because I mean, I was calling him for days and he wasn't picking up the phone. So he gets like when he gets depressed, he gets like super selfish and like fuck everybody. And I mean, I don't know if that's part of clinical depression because I don't have clinical depression. I mean, I get depressed. I'm not talking about sad because there's a difference between getting sad over your circumstances and actual depression. Where depression is more like it's more like a medical condition. It's more like where you stop functioning correctly. I mean, you can still function and stuff when you're sad and you don't feel good about life and you hate life and you're like, man, why am I even bothering? You can still function while you're thinking like that. But when you're depressed, it's like one time while I was living here, I got depressed. And I brought this up uh, when I was writing on YouTube because there was people talking about, people don't know what depression, nobody can describe depression. It's indescribable if you haven't experienced it. I'm like, I don't think so. I'm about to describe it. So, but anyways, I did describe it as like having a heavy weight upon you, like an invisible lead albatross around your neck, and it makes doing anything at all difficult. Like, you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to eat, you'll put off eating to where depression can be a really good weight loss program. And I described like, it's also like it doesn't happen all at once. You can like sink into it. It's not like you wake up one day and you're like, oh, I'm not getting out of bed. I feel horrible. I'm suddenly, it's not like snapping your fingers. It's like you slide into a depression. And like, I didn't realize I was depressed this one time until I had let a garbage bag that I didn't bother to throw out, like, and it wasn't too far from my refrigerator, get so rotten and putrefy and stink so bad that when I picked it up, it had a leak in it. There was actually some kind of foul liquid on the floor uh, underneath where my microwave's at. And then, like, this is when I was living here. And then I had to double bag it. And when I threw it out, raccoons tore into it. And they were like, nope, not touching, not eating anything in this bag. They tore it open because I just threw it out the window. I didn't even throw it in the garbage. I was like, this got to get out of my house. So I double bagged it and I threw it out the window on my porch. And the raccoons paid it a visit, tore it open, and didn't pull anything out of it. You know what a garbage bag looks like after it's been torn into by animals. They sort through it, throw stuff over their head. If they were cartoon animals, like, nope, 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 nope. Ah, this is the good stuff. This is some good rotten cottage cheese or whatever they're eating. But this garbage was so bad that the raccoons tore into it and they changed their minds. They're like, no, 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 no. It disgusted. It disgusted raccoons and skunks or whatever was tearing into it, because you got skunks and raccoons around here, and cats and dogs and all kind of animals that could be possibly tearing into garbage. But there's a huge raccoon population around here, so I'm just using raccoons. Yeah, surveillance cameras did not pick up what was tearing into the garbage bag. But that's how I realized, I mean, there's something seriously wrong with me. I didn't even realize I was that depressed until I was like, why in the hell did you not pick this garbage bag up and get rid of it? You're just sitting there walking past something that smells bad and you don't even care. Depression like messes with you on a functional level, and whereas you can function being sad and unhappy with life, but you can still get stuff done. You can still take your showers and keep up your hygiene and stuff like that. Uh, yeah, yeah, and depression isn't like snapping your fingers either. You have to fight to keep from sliding into it sometimes. Like my brother's way of doing that is to like work all the time. He's like I said, he's Mr. Handyman. He built a garage by himself. He can do like pretty much anything except for our dad never taught us about automotive stuff. I wonder if he has like latent auto mechanic abilities. Like nobody taught him how to do carpentry and how to fix wiring and how to deal with plumbing and all this other stuff that he knows. He doesn't really have a car to mess with, but I wonder if he could be like, you know, a savant with cars too. Like, okay, you have a problem with your distributor here, and this is wire isn't hooked up right here, and like, just magically know that stuff too, because he just like figures stuff out. It just like he put it, if he takes something apart, it makes sense to him. And I'm like, I take something apart, it just looks like a bunch of wires to me. I don't take things apart because I'll figure I'll just make them worse. But he's like, yeah, it just kind of makes sense to me. And I'm like, well, that's some sort of strange savant ability that you have, like some kind of gift. Um, yeah, I got some good coffee here. Um, got good company. Uh, are you good company? Yeah, I think you're good company. I don't know. I don't know who I'm talking to right now. I know Sharon. I know Cindy. I know Betty. I know iPod Walkman. A guy named Mason popped up on one of my videos that I used to talk to all the time. And I asked him how he was, and he didn't answer. I didn't say like, ah, long time no hear from. How are you doing? I just say, how you been? And yeah, he had a problem with. I remember a lot of details about you know people's lives and their situations, and like he was on clonazepam, and then like he had like real like worse than me uh, withdrawal symptoms from it, and like I can remember a lot of details from the things that he's written me over the years since I started doing this in 2018. But I hadn't. Hadn't written anything for a long time. He has a last name, but I can't pronounce it. But first name's Mason. Um, yeah, y'all are mostly good company. So um, as usual, I'm just trying to stretch this longer than it needs to be because I don't have anything else to do. I watched almost all. I'm on my last half of a football game. I watched all the football games already. It's only Wednesday. There'll be another one tomorrow. But yeah. Um, so I have to find some ambition today and maybe start. I had some things I can do. You know, like I said, I wish I could. I wish I had a good leg. I wish I could go back in time to when I had a good leg, and it just makes everything difficult. And I pay for everything I do very badly. You know, and the gabapentin or the Neurontin, it's better than nothing, but it doesn't wipe out the pain. I mean, it's definitely better than nothing. I was glad to have it last night when I took four of them, which my dosage on it is supposed to be 100 milligram tablet 3 times a day. It's like the lowest dose possible, unless I wanted to break the you know, that's your starter dose is 100 milligrams. But when I asked my site guy, I didn't want to push it and say, "Can you make that like 200 milligram capsules?" And he wasn't. He admitted he wasn't comfortable like prescribing it to me. He was like, "This is something that another kind of doctor should be prescribing for you." But he said, "I'll write the script for you," because I explained to him how that guy hurt my knee and how I don't have a doctor right now. And I was like, I understand that uh, gabapentin is often prescribed for psychiatric reasons, and that you're a psych guy, so I thought I'd ask you. And I had a good day mentally. I had a good day. I was sharp, and I managed to get that done. But I didn't want to push it. I didn't want to be like, yeah, could you make that like 200 milligram capsules instead of 100 milligram? I was just happy to get any. And then I was happier still when I was looked at the bottle one. I was like, it's got 2 refills on it too. I was just trying to get like a stopgap measure until I got another doctor to prescribe it for me. But I mean, it's better than nothing. But like today that I scrubbed out the sink and cleaned up in the bathroom a little bit, um, you know, my knee didn't like that very much. So everything that I do, there's really not much of an incentive for me to do things. If your incentive is your knee swells up and then you're in a lot of pain, uh, when you do something, it's like my incentive for doing stuff used to be like, oh, look at that clean sink, I got that done. It's like, no, can't look at the sink because I have to walk on this leg and now it hurts real bad. You know, there's just a lot of things that I could be doing that I can't do because my leg is messed up and like I can't really get any help with my leg. Then I was looking suspiciously at my left leg, and like I said, I don't know if like walking on my leg is actually hurting it or helping it. I don't know. I know I need to walk. That's all I need. All I know is like I want to keep walking, but I know that when I walk on my leg, the few times that I tried it since the 22nd of September when the guy wrenched my leg, it blows up huge, to the point where like I have trouble reaching my foot. I have trouble putting my socks on and stuff because I can't bend it because it's just too swollen. So, what do you do? Uh, so well, I guess what you do is you find a doctor and you just keep trying to find somebody to help you with it. And as far as living with it, I don't know if I can live with it. I don't know if I can live, how long a person can put up with something. I haven't been eating a lot either. Um, my digestive system has been weird. I'll just leave it at that. So I haven't been eating a lot, which I'm fat anyway, so who cares? Um, but yeah, you can put up with something for a while, you know, you, but it's been years, and it's just been getting steadily worse and steadily worse. And it's like, it's not like before, like I've said, it's not like I haven't been trying. It's like people won't, will, orthopedists just flat out refusing to help me. And then, like, I don't know what these other people can do for me, but if I go to another doctor, maybe I can at least get some cortisone shots. And that'd be cool just to get some cortisone shots, like an athlete. I think I put too many syllables in athlete there, but an athlete. Um, but I can play a game, you know what I mean? It's like they can shoot me up with cortisone, I can get through the game, and then things will go back to bad. Like instead of like playing a football game after getting shot up with cortisone, I'm like, cool. Now I can clean my house, man, and now I can get this stuff done. And I know it's coming. My knee is going to be fucked later, but it's pretty good now. Because I remember when I got cortisone shots and the swelling went down, and I was like, wow, I can bend my leg and stuff, and it's a lot better. But it doesn't seem to last very long for me. Like my friend that's in his 60s, he's good for like 6 months when he gets a cortisone shot because he'll get a cortisone shot like in his shoulder or sometimes in his knee, and he's like, yeah, they I'm good for like 6 months, sometimes as much as a year before I need any more cortisone shots. I'm like, for me, it's more like 2 or 3 weeks. I feel better for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then it goes back to what it was. Um, if you got a big old like cyst or something in your knee and your knee's all swollen up, it's like cortisone. You might get inflammation around that, and the cortisone will like cut down that inflammation, but it's not gonna shrink that cyst. Cortisone don't do that. Cortisone is an anti-inflammatory. Um, so yeah, again, not an enviable spot to be in. Um, and you don't need your head fucked with extra by family. So I suppose at some point today I should face the music and call my brother for the second time and be like, what the hell's up? In so many words, and just get that over with. But since my last video was so horrible and it was long, I'll keep this one short. And it's just like, well, here I am. I'm still alive. And like I said, I've been sleeping. I can't say I'm still alive and trying because I'm not trying to do anything. It's just the last 3 days I've just mostly been asleep. And I have no idea why. I don't feel particularly sick. I just feel fatigued. I have no idea why I've been sleeping. But, yeah. Today my goal is just to keep normal hours, and I was thinking about canceling my aid worker for tomorrow since I canceled them yesterday because I'm like, I've been sleeping so weird. I don't want to get up at. I found out it was not. I was going to cancel it anyway, but I found out it was for like 9:30 in the morning, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not. And that's a bad time for me. I'm definitely going to be asleep at 9:30 in the morning. But I'm going to keep my aid worker appointment tomorrow, and I need some laundry done. Laundry is ridiculously expensive. I mean, for a small load of clothes, it costs over $6. Um, I used to do my laundry out by hand, but with my leg being like it is, I'm going to save my leg for cleaning out the toilet, cleaning out my bathroom finally. Maybe doing something about the ridiculous roach population in here. Um, I don't know if the poison's any good anymore, but I still have some of that poison left. And, you know, I guess it's really expensive, but uh, at least according to the guy I got it from and my landlord here, because I said I'm using this uh, take it back to the nest type of paste. And he goes, oh, he said, Gerald said twice that, oh, that's really expensive stuff. And yeah, at least I have the bottle, so I have the name of whatever the hell it is on the bottle if I want to buy more of it. But I have some of it left, but not a whole lot. But I clean the bathroom out and like take a mop and some bleach water to the floor, and yeah, send the aid worker to the. I just rather do it myself. I don't know why that is, but I just rather would do it myself. I'd rather clean my house myself. Send the aid workers out of the house so they leave me alone, and just do. I don't know. I guess it's because most of them irritate me. I only like the one. The one I would have hang around here and do housework and stuff if she wanted to, but the rest of them irritate me. I don't like people going through my stuff and rearranging it, so I have to find it later. So, um, yeah, I just rather do it myself. And so, yeah, I'll save my leg for doing the bathroom instead of doing this other stuff. And sometimes, like, my leg's fucked up the next day and I can't do anything the next day. And yeah, I found another bottle of the doxepin stuff, which is that's my nuclear option if things get too bad and they never help me and I'm not going in no nursing home. Uh, it'd be a shame. I think I have a lot of life in me, so it'd be a shame if they don't help me. But this isn't really a doable life. Now, maybe if I got like in one of those, in another like situation where I had more social opportunities to distract me from the horror of my own existence, maybe I wouldn't have that kind of an attitude. Where it's just me and the pain and the swelling and the physical dysfunction. They're not good company like y'all. They're not good company at all. You know, and that's the thing. It's like I used to be able to distract myself by doing things, but that's why, like I've said before, once I had one bad leg, my left leg that was CRPS affected. So once I got the Baker cyst thing going in the other leg, I mean that's why I freaked out and broke down and stuff back in 2017. You know, I was using, um, I was relying more heavily on my family helping me out, and I was having trouble because I couldn't bend my leg. I was having trouble getting on and off my electric bike, so I wasn't able to pick up my prescriptions myself. And I had like baskets on this electric bicycle, so I would just do my own grocery shopping. And I just preferred doing things myself. And like, I don't prefer this veget- vegetative existence where I'm having aid workers take care of my business for me and, mail my stuff. I used to go to the post office on my electric bike myself. It doesn't seem like too long ago, 3 years ago. It's like 2017 is when my knee started to really go bad. That's when I broke down and just couldn't deal with it anymore. I think I was on Xanax at the time, and I was on large amounts of Xanax. I wasn't withdrawing when I had my breakdown, which is interesting. That I had less of a breakdown while I was withdrawing from Xanax, or when that guy cut my prescription 50%. I didn't really have a mental breakdown. I had a mental breakdown when I was had 60 pills a month. But when I had 30 pills a month, I was actually okay. I was just suffering through horrible physical withdrawal symptoms. When I had my actual mental breakdown, I think it was more because I realized, like, yeah, this isn't a doable situation. My independence is being threatened, because I'm not going to be able to walk right if I have problems in my good leg, and then my other leg's always been bad. It's like, this was my money leg. This is the leg I counted on. This is the leg that I put my weight on when I reached up and got stuff out of the cupboard. This is the leg that I count on when I would hop off the bike and then swing my other leg around. It's like, that's the leg I would count on. And now I can't count on that leg anymore. And then I started counting on family, and we know how that worked out. So now I'm counting on strangers to take care of me, and I definitely don't like that. And yeah, this assisted living, the mystery of the assisted living nursing home thing, I haven't really pursued as far as like other assisted living facilities. It's like, what's the difference? This lady that came here, like I said, she said, I don't know. I told her I don't really know what, you know, guys always telling me I should look into assisted living, but I don't even know what assisted living is or what it means. And she said, it's it's like a nursing home. And I'm like, well, that's, nursing home is a dirty word to me. It's like, I don't want to hear that. I want to be able to take care of myself. If I can't take care of myself, I mean, I'll take care of myself. It's like one other cheery video from me, but it's just being realistic and honest. It's like, nah, not doing that. Like I said, I visited people in nursing homes before. It's like, no, plus I'm in my 50s, man. It's not right. Anyways, yeah, I didn't mean to make a gloomy video, but things are kind of gloomy right now. Um, they've been that way for a while, though, so, you know, I mean, I'm just not in a laughing, joking kind of mood. I realize I have like more stuff that's hard to do, and then I have to deal with my family, and then I was like, I got these promises laid out as far as getting paid back. I have to wait to see how that plays out. And I could call that person and talk to them, and just, that's the person I could ask about, like, how to print out a shipping label. It's like, do you like you know how like your printer tray has like um, a slider bar here? Maybe you just slide the bar here and you slide the other bar over here, and it automatically knows. Or maybe it has like buttons you push, like this is for a shipping label or whatever. I mean, I could read the manual. Uh, like I said, I'm not too ambitious. I'm just staying on here because this is my form of company. This is my idea of human interaction now. Is like talking to myself, and maybe somebody will listen to it later. It's like it's like I'm in Siberia or something, or in solitary confinement. It's very weird. But anyways, I'm lousy at goodbyes, so I'll just say goodbye, and hopefully, I mean, this has to be better than the last video. The last video I might have been in a better mood and making jokes and stuff, but yeah, I was horribly incoherent, and I couldn't believe it when I listened back to it. I was like, wow, man, it sounds like I'm all fucked up on some sort of drugs or something. And, I guess you get that way when you don't take enough benzos. Your mind gets disordered, and when you're it was almost like that video was full of withdrawal symptoms, and the withdrawal symptoms from benzos actually make it seem like you're on drugs because of the effect that they have on your mind and the way that it becomes hard to think, and you get that brain fog thing going on. And with me, I also got like the physical torture thing that's hard to overcome as far as um, concentrating on what you're talking about and being coherent and staying on a particular topic or subject. But I wasn't even like finishing my thoughts and my sentences, and it was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all can't read my mind, so like, I have to finish. I can't like assume that you'll know the last half of the sentence and like figure that out. So yeah, that was disturbing for me to watch myself. I think that was on the 14th, that video, but that was very disturbing for me to watch that. And it's like what was wrong with me? It's like what was going on in that video? It was just that I wasn't taking it, because I'm very resentful of benzos. So a lot of times, like, I don't know, the last time I took a benzo was like 12 hours ago. So a lot of times I'm just taking small 5 milligram doses of volume, which isn't all that much. But a lot of times I'm just resentful and I will just not take them. Like I said, I have 248 5 milligram doses in a stockpile. So, you know, there's a lot of times I'm just resentful of them and I just won't take them. And like I said, they have that effect. You get the brain fog and it's like you're on drugs, but you're actually off of drugs. It's a result of not taking drugs that makes you seem like you are on drugs. So it's very weird. Like a very sobering for me to watch that video back and uh, and watch. I'll leave it up, but kind of embarrassed by it. Hopefully, this one's less embarrassing, but I'll leave that up too. Because after all, you know, it's supposed to be about honesty and whatnot. So if I come across as someone who has a slight learning disability, so be it. I'll see you in a few days. Hopefully, I will have some things accomplished, and hopefully, I will overcome the sleeping sickness caused by that tsetse fly that bit me on Saturday, and I'll be fine. Goodbye.